Hello, happy
Yeah,
Wine Wednesday.
here you go. Love your countdown, Mira Boucher. That's the best. I love it. I love it. Woo!
Yeah,
Wow. I'm in my game right now. Just ready to rock. Carl's Wine Club
cheers.
Cheers. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers across the country, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everyone, all the wine clubs, all of our wine clubs, thank you for being here. So, what? Wednesday, already May. Can you believe it? It's already May. So, how crazy is that? The weather is starting to warm up across the country, I guess, because if it's warming up here in Alberta, I believe that it's warming up somewhere in your area. So, here we are, a beautiful sunny day today, and we are talking about Mount Boucherie, one of our favorite, one of Mira and I's favorite, one of our members' favorite, and now one of our new neighbors because we just moved like 50, not even 15 minutes away from the winery. We love the team. We love the winemaker. We love the portfolio. We love the diversity of all of their wines. So here we are now from the third time that we're featuring some stuff, because for people who don't know, Rust is also on, it's another project from Mount Boucherie down south in Oliver. So Mount Boucherie and Rust are sister company. So we did a flash offer uh, on Terroir Syrah 2018 a month or so ago. Earlier last year in November, we did a full feature on big white, on big reds. Feature like around the winter time. And here we go here, the new release, 2021 new release. Here we are with Mount Boucherie. So bunch of comments coming up already. So we have Vicky from Ontario. We have Gail also from Kanata, Ontario. If I'm not mistaken, Kanata, it's right around Ottawa. So from our people in Ottawa and all, en français, en anglais. Hi, everyone. So we have Katrina Clark just joining us. Gail in season 2. We have Sherry Dawn. Sherry Dawn says, hi. Here you go, Sherry Dawn. Happy Wine Wednesday to all of you. Yannick is here. Leslie's here. So people are tuning in pretty quickly. Here we have some people joining us on Instagram as well. It's going to be a great show because I love talking Mount Boucherie. I love their philosophy. Like I mentioned, I love Jeff Undermark, their winemaker. So it will be awesome. And today we are talking about, especially with Mount Boucherie, about all of their portfolio, but Blau Frankish. That's what I have in my glass. That's what Mira has in her glass. We have some Blau Frankish. Boom. Dark skinned, medium body, nice grippy tan, and very different, like a little bit like East European, German, Austrian type of grape. This is the only winery in the Okanagan to make Blau Frankish. So really unique but delicious type of grape. So that's what we have here going on tonight. We're also going to talk about what am I going to talk about? Maybe a little bit about Painted Rock, because we have this weekend coming up something pretty cool. Not only Lauren, who is the daughter of John Skinner, the owners of Painted Rock, but John himself is going to be with us. So the founder, the man behind the whole world-class success of Painted Rock, so it's going to be with us. So it's going to be pretty cool. What else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk a little bit about the laws in Canada, Mira. We're not going to touch that point.
Yeah, no, we can. So we were like, oh, we'll give away wine. We'll give away wine every Wednesday because it kind of rhymes. So why not? Wine Wednesday, win wine Wednesday, right? And then someone very graciously pointed out that in BC, we cannot give away wine. So we want to do something that we can do across the country and not have to discriminate by province. So instead, what we're going to do today is we're going to give away some. Are we going to do the Gabriel glasses, Carl? What do you think? Yeah, I just need to go out and get a couple to show you guys. But yes, 2 Gabriel glasses worth $88.
Wow. Mira's loose. Mira's on the loose.
Giving away glassware. And there might just be a Blaufränkisch involved. But if you're in BC, that would be a personal gift.
I think you're right. It's more than in BC. It's across the country.
Is it?
Yeah. It's across the country. So anyway, we so use the Zoom. I love it. Oh, I think now Mira and I talked about it this afternoon when we had that conversation with that very gracious gentleman. So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But every wineries have some type of swag, right? Everyone agree? So you guys let me know. Leave a comment in the chat box here. What would you think if we every week by the feature winery we are doing some swag? We're gonna have a draw about swags from the winery. I know it's not a bottle of wine. I get it, but sometimes swag is even like it's cool, it's fun, doesn't matter what it is. It gives you a little bit of a connection with the new winery that you know. So
and you'll get to see different wineries have cool swag. Like we found a winery with really nice blankets. We found a winery with wine chillers, wine related stuff. I think there's different wineries have really neat things.
Yeah, no, I
there's Black Market and a bunch of wineries, they make candles and they use recycled bottles that cut the tops off and they make them into candles. So
absolutely. So, I think what we're going to have, because obviously we don't want to be under the radar to all of the liquor boards in every provinces. So we're going to keep playing.
We gave away a bottle of wine.
Yeah, you want to attract the attention, just break the law live on social media every week and don't give a no. Okay. So yeah, coaster, t-shirts, glasses, corkscrew, there's so many. And also now there's chocolate and jam and aprons. There's
some wineries, Carl, some wineries make really nice vinegar and preserves and things like that. Jean-Denis thinks it's not a bad idea after all. I know it's a little bit disappointing. So today you might get an extra special surprise because we did announce we're doing the Blaufränkisch, but
But to everyone from the BC Liquor Board who are listening to us right now, for everyone at the LCBO who's listening to us right now, to everyone at the SAQ, don't worry, they don't speak in English, so we're good. So, to all of you guys from every liquor board across the country, don't worry, we're giving away tonight empty glassware. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So,
okay, so with the cheese, I need to know. Vicky's here. Vicky, I need to know if your cheese arrived. It was supposed to arrive today. And if you guys hang on in a minute, I'm going to show you the discovery we made recently around cheese. It's mind blowing if you're a cheese lover.
Yeah, pretty cool. So we need to talk about that guy because we found a guy in Lake Country who is he's a Québécois, French Canadian, just like me, but a pretty cool dude. He's sharing the exact same. He has the same passion for Canadian cheese than we have for Canadian wine. He has the same vision of his business. It is super cool. So David is a cool dude. He's called himself the squeaky cheese guy, but he has a wide variety of different cheese from all over the country. He has the best cheese knowledge of every cheese guy across the country. So pretty cool. So we met with him last week and so anyway, we'll
what it is actually is that there's like Batman from different dimensions and Spider-Man from different dimensions. When I met this guy, it was like meeting a version of Carl from a different dimension. And he's the same kind of guy, but passionate about cheese, Canadian cheese, rather than.
Not as good looking, though.
Wow. Yeah, right.
Wow. Come on. Let's be real here. He's a cool dude, but not that cool.
That's true. I didn't marry him. That tells you something. No.
So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll have a large conversation here going on cheese. Yes, Steven.
Okay, so let me show you, because Carl is complaining that our house smells really badly of cheese right now, and it's true. So if you had, any solutions, do you guys have a separate cheese fridge? I don't know. I'm open to ideas. Mother's Day is on Sunday. So this is what happened. This is what he had in his house. Well, not his house. We didn't go in there. He had this in like a shed where he does events and things. It's crazy. These were just samples of like hundreds of different kinds of Canadian cheeses.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And he also has a studio beside his house where he plays music. He's kind of a DJ cheese guy, and it's really, really cool. So I want to do an event with him. We're gonna do a live cheese and wine, something pretty cool coming up. So anyhow, we have a new member just joining us here, Lynn Lund. How would you pronounce her name, Mira?
Ludrigan, maybe?
Lundrigan. There you go, Lynn. Welcome to our Wednesday Wine Happy Hour. Here you go. We love new members. We love the injection of new energy, like new people bringing new perspective, bringing new suggestions. So, Lynn, way to go. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Lynn, I want to know, what are you drinking tonight? Do you have a glass?
Everybody, what are you drinking tonight? I mean, we've got Blaufränkisch, which I have to say.
And Lynn, also, we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Yes, that too. It reminds me so far of picking cherries from a cherry orchard.
Okay, so what I've done, because Blaufränkisch is only one producer here. When I tasted it, to me, it's like a Gamay blended with Cab Franc. I don't know if it makes sense here. There's kind of
I get what you're saying.
The earthiness and the spice of the Gamay, more of a Gamay Cru from the Beaujolais. Something like spicy, something earthy, something a little bit like forest floor. But you throw in there some dark red cherry, some chocolate, and I don't know, a little bit of tobacco, pipe tobacco, something like that. So Cab Franc through with Gamay, that's what I got in here. So it's pretty unique.
Yeah, it's very special. Have you tasted it yet, Carl?
Hey?
You haven't had a sip of it yet, have you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Sorry. Can't always see your screen. Ooh, Mike's got rosé open. Ooh, Chianti. Nice one, Lynn.
Man, that I like that grip. There's a nice grip, a little chewy. Also, let's keep in mind, it's 2020. It was just released. So Mike rounded up. Mine probably going to soften up a little bit in the next months or so. But Blaufränkisch, it's not made to age for years and years and years. This is a wine game to be drink early. A little bit like the Gamay, right? A little bit like the Pinot Noir, a lighter Pinot Noir. So I suggest to drink, if you like the zing, if you like the pull, a little grippy tannin, way to go. Yeah, definitely earthy. So tonight we're going to talk about this a little bit more in particular. We're going to give you my full description. I'm going to give you a rating by the end of the night. I can tell you right away it's going to be over 90 points. I can absolutely tell you. This is delicious, actually. Different, but not weird different, though. It's anything like, whoa, what the heck is that? This is well made. This is not too different. And I haven't done any French yet, because you know why? I just see my mom popping up here on the screen. So, maman, un beau bonsoir, mom. Victoriaville, Québec, Jean-Denis pis sa gang, un beau bonsoir. Le monde de Chicoutimi, mon patelin. Ensuite, la gang de Montréal, la belle région de Québec, la rive nord, la rive sud, la région de des cantons de l'Est, aussi que la belle région des vins du Québec, l'île d'Orléans aussi, dans la région de Québec. Tout notre monde en français, les gens du Nouveau-Brunswick, les gens de Hull, l'autre côté d'Ottawa, toute la gang en français, tous nos membres francophones across the country. Un beau bonjour à tout le monde. Merci de nous suivre. On vous souhaite une belle heure avec nous autres. Aujourd'hui, on parle de Boucherie. Boucherie, un vignoble sur le west side de Kelowna West, où c'est sur la trail des vins de West Kelowna. Donc, en nord de la Colombie-Britannique, dans le nord de la vallée de l'Okanagan, on a, il y a où c'est que Mission Hill est situé, Volcanic Hill, Boucherie. C'est basé sur un ancien volcan. Donc, une terre volcanique qui produit des vins, qui produit des raisins du nord de la vallée. Donc, sur le vineyard de l'estate, on retrouve du pinot gris, on retrouve aussi du pinot noir, on retrouve du blanc frankish, ben aussi le Riesling, les raisins du nord. Ensuite, Boucherie sont propriétaires d'un grand vignoble à Okanagan Falls, où c'est qu'il y a du Chardonnay, du Merlot, du Cabernet Franc, et aussi un vignoble qui est assez grand dans la vallée de la Similkameen, où c'est qu'il y a de la Syrah, des Cabernet Sauvignon et tous les Cabernet Franc. Donc, ils ont 4 vignobles répartis à travers la vallée qui complètent un portfolio de vins qui est très impressionnant. Les vins sont abordables, les vins sont d'une grande qualité. Donc, moi, si vous recherchez un vignoble qui font un petit peu de tout à des prix abordables, Boucherie is the way to go. C'est mon petit spiel en français pour commencer. Je vous reviens en français dans un petit peu plus dans une quinzaine de minutes. Ben, je veux dire un beau bonjour à tout le monde en français. OK? Donc, here you go. Here's a little bit of French here for our Francophone members across the country. New Brunswick, Quebec, all Ottawa, Winnipeg in the area. So, Madame Boucher, how are you? How's things?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
What's your assessment on the Blanc Frankish?
I'm loving it. Yeah. So unlike you, Carl, I don't like super, I don't know how to describe it, but some of the wines you like, they're very tannin-y kind of wines, right? So this one still has grippiness, right? But it's also just like more round. I don't know. It's sort of the kind of thing that's easier for me to sip and enjoy kind of a little.
Fairly easy. It's a medium body, right? There's nothing like overpowering. It's not a light body. It's not like Gamay or some of the Pinot. What was the Pinot? The Pinot from Lunescence was fairly light body. Remember, like a couple of weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
So this is bigger than that. This is not as big though as the Spearhead. I would say, like in terms of body, right down the middle, not super big body, not lighter body, but medium body, nice acidity though. It's a bright type of wine, but to me, it's the earthiness that I really, really enjoy. And I think it's more typical of the older world. It's Austrian, German. So that's that typicity of earthiness, not the big fruit bomb. Even if there's a lot of dark cherry in there. And I'll maybe add on top of it, maybe a little bit of cranberry or something like that. Something like with a little tartness. But not the bad aggressive tartness who make you feel that it's something unripe. No, because it's like ripe fruit, but just in terms of nice, right to the point tartness. So that's a little bit how I feel about my Blanc Frankish right now. How many glasses? Are you ready to let us know how many glasses? Oh, you need a little bit more time.
Oh, I can tell you. Here, I'll bring up the ticker about this. Oh, no, I don't have it, because I thought we were doing this near the end. So we'll bring up the info about it later. But for me, so my rating scale, as someone who started drinking wine during the pandemic and has really, truly not a lot of idea what I'm talking about. I've just absorbed the information by osmosis being married to Carl. That's all I know. But I would totally sip that. Like, I almost feel like you can have that in the evening on a summer night or something like that and still find it refreshing, you know? So if 5 is a bottle and kind of the top, unless you go nuts and you go to the Magnum, then my rating would probably be a 4-glass wine.
Oh, geez, you like that, eh?
Well, it's also, like you said, wine is emotional. And for me, having something that's rare is like extra points.
That's a good point. And also, it's not only rare, it's well made rare. Mm-hmm. It's not something wonky. It's not something weird. And you say, okay, well, that's rare, but it's like it's weird, but like it's like all right, like it's not good. Yeah, I can't get you something rare. It's absolutely disgusting. But no, it's well made. It's fun. It's a little, like I mentioned earlier, it's a little different, but not weird.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I found it really enjoyable. You mentioned something really important in your description, and I really like the way you perceived it. It's freshness. You know, on that warm, I just can't picture myself on that warm day, and when it hit like 7 o'clock, the grill is going, and like it's still kind of 27 degrees, but you can get that, and you're like, oh my God, it feels fresh. So that's a little bit the way I see that Blaufränkisch, like the early evening from a hot day. If you drink a few white during the day or some rosés and you're ready to jump on red, but you don't want to go big because like it's the weather is not purposeful for a big red. This suited perfectly. So.
Yeah, and Gail and Sherry Dawn are asking, what temperature are you recommending for it?
I would say a little fresh, like cellar temperature, in a sense that I don't have a degree, like a number, but I would say like not fridge temperature. I don't want to get it too cold. You'll lose this, maybe the tartness won't be pleasant or the grip will be snappy, and I don't want that. I want it fresh. I want it, let's say, not rosé temperature. I would say like more like gamay temperature, like cellar. You know, let me give you a number here, okay? I just need here 1 second. There you go. Here. Let's be clear here, and don't give me freaking Fahrenheit, please. There you go. It did.
So this wine, I can imagine having it on a summer night with maybe like a fruity kind of salad.
Okay, but put some meat in there. I need some meat in there. Come on.
And a nice barbecued meat of some sort, or even like a fattier fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you pair with?
15, 16 for red in cellars. Yeah, like I said, to me, it's cellar temperature. You keep your cellar a little colder than the ambient temperature, right? It's not the basement temperature, just maybe a tad colder. There you go, JD. JD, you're hired. Love your researching. I love it, love it, love it. In degrees, 15, 16 degrees. Yeah.
Oh, and Steven's got the idea. So they do serve it in Austria in the summer at wine gardens with sausages.
Absolutely. Oh. That's exactly what I put in my, I think that's what I put in my pairing. It's sausages, because it's typical, like really like East German, like some grilled or smoked sausage. This would be absolutely off the chart. Like that's what I want with it. Like give me some smoke. Give me some smoke with that. Anything smoke or even a brisket. I will do brisket, but the fatty brisket, the acidity, the little zing will cut it through it. I'm in for that. You know what? That's what we need at the new house. A nice smoker so we can put a brisket on for the oh yeah. That's what I want. I'm starving right now.
And I think in the meantime, maybe we'll order some big teas from down the road at Calgary here. Lynn just ordered her tasting pack. That's awesome, Lynn.
Here you go. Way to go, girl. I love it.
And I think we just sorted out a Father's Day gift for Carl, a smoker. I know some of you guys had suggestions in the past for the smoker, because it's not the first time you've mentioned this, Carl. I think you've been craving a smoker for a while. So
I've been sending you messages.
There we go.
No, you know what? Yes, suggestion. But I want to get back to Lynn and say I just ordered my tasting pack. This is awesome, Lynn, and I'm so happy to see like new people tuning in, because for us it's not about selling wine. For us, it's about talking about Canadian wine with a bunch of people who are not as passionate about Canada, but want to learn, want to hear more about Canadian wine, or sharing our passion about Canadian wine. Just like Mike Laplante out of Ontario. Mike has his YouTube channel. He loves talking Canadian wine. That's the goal of Carl's Wine Club. The goal is take the voice of the world-class Canadian wine. So Lynn, welcome in. I'm super thrilled to have new people tuning in with us. And she's tuning in from YouTube as well. So it's even better. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So yeah, Blaufränkisch. So let's go to like talk about a little bit about Mount Boucherie. What do you think? Do you have anything to mention, Mira, before I start on the lineup?
No, I think you're right. Yeah. So Mount Boucherie, we kind of know them. We featured them in the club last fall. So a lot of you guys have already tasted them or been there. I think one of the cool things to mention about them is 5 years ago, they got new ownership who really reinvested in the winery. And so here is the new tasting room.
Yeah, one of my favorite places.
It's gorgeous. And I wish I had the picture of us in the, but you'll see it. We made some posts of us in the private
barrel room.
Space, the barrel room. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, that's actually where the video on the feature page, that's where you recorded that video. Hey, Carl?
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, it's a gorgeous patio, gorgeous place. And the cool thing is next to, like literally in the parking lot of the winery, they have 4 or 6 little houses you can rent with a hot tub and actually stay at the winery. And I can only imagine, I mean, they have a great restaurant on site called the Modest Butcher. So I can only imagine that there is some kind of room service or some kind of breakfast or something, right? So that's definitely something worth checking out. I know last summer they weren't open yet. They were just under construction.
I think they finished the construction in November or something like that. The goal was for them to be ready for golf season this year. Because where they're located, there's 3 or 4 golf courses right around, and they're targeting like all of this kind of stuff, like golfing, wine tour. So they have like a couple residents around the winery. But you mentioned it, Mira, the patio. Like if you can put that picture back, it would be great. I would like to. So that picture, if you can see it, there you go. So you can see here the chair, the barrel, and the 2 chairs. Usually, like on the grass there on the lawn, there's a bunch of patio table and people drink, and in front, right in front of all of these beautiful windows, this is the Okanagan Lake and vineyards all around. So the views are breathtaking. The service staff knows their stuff like textbook. It's amazing, and when you sit there, like you're just like immersed from the wine country, the feeling of the wine country. So really cool view. Mira mentioned the restaurant is great, and the tasting room is one of the most beautiful tasting room in West Kelowna. So
yeah, I should mention that we were there with kids, right? And you can always tell a lot about a winery about how they deal with the kids. We've been to wineries where they have special little grape juice boxes for the kids. And at this one, the manager actually went in the vineyard, picked a little bit of Chardonnay grapes, and let the kids eat the grapes. He washed them off for them and let them eat them. And it was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys goes, I think they get it. And that's why since they changed ownership, like since the Jesse's at the aim is the general manager and the whole team, they brought Jeff Undermark in at the helm of the winemaking team. So their team get it. They get customer service. They get how to make people feel special. And there's a great reflection in their wine. Their wine are solid across the board. So let me talk about the pack. We'll start with the rosé this year. So we have the brand new release, the 2020. Even like, if it's not 2020, it's not Ontario level of vintage, where in Ontario they're saying that it's the vintage of the century. But 2020 in the Okanagan, it's also a top vintage. Maybe not the best ever, but it's a really, really good vintage. So we have the 2020 rosé. What I love with that rosé, because there's a few kind of grape that Mount Boucherie does, and it's like unique. Blaufränkisch is one of them, but there's also Zweigel. They also grow some Zweigel. They're not the only one in the Okanagan to grow Zweigel, but there's a handful of winery growing Zweigel in the Okanagan. Another Austrian type of grape, so a little bit more cold climate red, lighter body, but really, really, really fun to drink. So that rosé, it's Zweigel based. There's made with Zweigel, Gewürztraminer, and Pinot Noir. So hear me out here. You get that super cool Zweigel, thin skin, lighter body. In the middle, you throw some Gewürz, full of texture, that Alsatian type of grape, full of texture with a bit of residual. And you finish that with the earthy Pinot Noir. So it gives you a rosé, refreshing, strawberries, melon, but in the middle, a nice thicker texture. This is a really unique rosé, and I love it. Super good. And there's some from the Pinot, that earthiness, but a little bit of spice who comes out. And the Gewürz brings some spice as well, like a little bit, not the peppery spice, maybe more of the cardamom or something like that, maybe a cinnamon, but there's a little light spice in the back, and who makes it really, really, really good. So unique. I gave it a 91 points in my rating. Let me get back here. If I wrote my full tasting notes here. Yeah, it's co-fermented. All of these kind of grape, these three kind of grape co-fermented together. So when you co-ferment, it brings the flavor a little bit more all together instead of instead of fermenting the Zweigel, the Gewürz, and the Pinot separately and blended at the end. They ferment everything together, so it brings like that roundness, which is pretty cool. And serve cold. Like I put it back in the freezer for a few minutes just to make sure I wanted to taste it like really cold. And that was that watermelon and strawberry who stood out at some point. It was really, really awesome. So love that rosé. 91 points in my book. Well made, different because of the texture. And yeah, I'm going to talk about texture a few times during that pack. So here you go, Mira. I'm watching you laughing a little bit here. Just wondering if
so Lynn Tingstad she was on YouTube. I think she came over to Facebook because the party's kind of on Facebook today. Lynn is actually the Lynn that lives next door to us. We met her when we got the keys to our place.
That's too good. So Kevin's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is so cool. I love it.
Really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. With the paddle boat. She said paddle boats. I'm like, right, because she let us borrow the paddle boat for our kids. It was amazing.
Yeah, the kids were pretty thrilled. Oh, that's why. Okay, there you go. I just see that now. Awesome. So that's the rosé that it is in the pack here. So look at that beautiful rosé, 2020 co-fermented Zweigel, Gewürztraminer, and Pinot Noir. Okay, So just so you know, like you guys, we were traveling, went to the new house in Kelowna. I had to do a few tasting. I think that Mira took a picture of me at 6:30 a.m. on Sunday morning or Saturday morning, tasting these wines for the tasting notes. And see, that's the leftover. I could. We were in the rush all weekend. So yeah, it's still like a 2/3 of a bottle left here. So
I
that
was
should be
seeing
the
if I have the incriminating photo right here, but I don't. I just have this one with the Magnum. But,
hey, be careful. People are going to comment that the picture, the writing is backward.
Sorry, guys. The writing's backwards. Actually, I have an explanation for that. Okay, there is an ad for the club for people who, are searching for wine stuff and they might want to join. So we say, hey, do you want to join? And we have a picture of us with a backwards Black Hills label. And that ad outperforms the label the other way around by 4 times. Like, people love the backwards label or something, or they're trying to see what it is. I don't know, but we get way more members from the backwards label joining us than the right side way. So I don't know if that means that we have a lot of people in the club. A lot of you guys you don't like conformity, which would be great because Carl and I are like that. Or if that just means you were confused by the backwards label and
say, let's sign up with that club. You're pretty cool. You're putting backward label. Yeah. Anyhow, bottle number 2. We got one of the new babies from Mount Boucherie. It's called the Modest Wine series. So they put together like a little bit more of a more affordable, even if their wines are already really affordable. The Modest Wine is like that tasting room type of wine, or the $20 bottles. This is the Elder Vicar 2020, brand new release. This is a blend of Muscat, Pinot Gris, Gewürztraminer, and Riesling. So the 4 main Alsatian type of grape. They did something Okanagan profile made with 4 Alsatian type of, with the Alsatian texture, without all of the petroleum that old world knows, and old world honeybee like flavors. No, that's not what you got. You got typical bright Okanagan acidity with ripe peach and ripe pear with that Alsatian texture. That Elder Vicar is a winner. Oh my God, that is fun to taste. I took that bottle down with me in Caledon. On Sunday night, we went to hang out with our friends at Black Market. So Rob and Michelle became pretty good friend of ours, and I brought a bottle of the Elder Vicar with us, and I blind tasted Rob, the winemaker, owner of Black Market, and his reaction was priceless. He was like, oh my God, what is that? And it is an absolute beauty. It's such a summer wine. And to me, and in my tasting note, that's exactly what Mike, really good question here. If it's co-fermented, I doubt that it's co-fermented though. Maybe, yes, it is. Bam, co-fermented right here.
I can't see that.
Oh yeah, you will. Here,
there's a funny story on there, Mike.
Under historic. You have the word historic.
Yeah, co-fermented. There it is.
Skin contact. Co-fermented and skin contact. So the skin contact bring that like juicy texture. And when I talk about walking in an orchard, like that fresh peach smell or something, like smelling that wine is just like unique. It's so cool smelling, and the nose is so explosive. I could have smelled that wine for hours. How appealing. And I'll tell you something, is sexy, really sexy juice. So don't tell Mira that I said that. No one, okay? Thank you.
What's funny about it, okay, the labels on Modest Wines are fun. And on the back there it says in 18, what year does it say, Carl?
1888.
1888. In 1888, there was a showdown between the elder vicars, so Father Pandosi, who brought grapes to the Okanagan, and Mrs. Boucherie, who the winery is named after. And they had a showdown. Doing what, Carl? What does it say there? Just read it.
So legend has in 1888, the Battle of Mines, wits, and livers took place between Isidore Boucherie and Father Pandosi. The vicar lost, West Bank won. So that's what I have here. And I think they did a drinking contest, basically. And it's not Mrs. Boucherie, it's Isidore Boucherie, who was the monk at Mount Boucherie, who was a monk, a monk place. No, she was not. I think it's Isidore. Isidore is a man name.
No. It's a lady.
She
was a single lady that owned a bunch of land, which was really rare in 1888.
Oh yeah. You read more than you, huh?
That's why the mountain is named after her, and it's kind of interesting because she was a single wealthy lady who owned a bunch of land.
Yeah,
is he a man's name? Are you sure?
Yeah, Isidore. Like I think you're completely like you haven't read your info. You're fired. You're fired for God's sake.
I read it somewhere that she was a woman.
No.
And maybe she went by a man's name because it was weird to have that much land back then.
It's the liver contest. So there was a drinking contest between the monk of Mount Boucherie and the elder vicar. And Father Pandosi was in East Kelowna. So the story is, please, everyone, stop listening to her. Like, stop it now.
It was funny because the whole time I read that a long time ago that there was this Isidore Boucherie. So I swear, I read it was a woman. Anyways, so all the time I'm reading about this Isidore, and I'm like, wow, she's doing drinking contests in 1888.
Yeah, it's a man.
It doesn't seem like something women would do back then, but sure.
Oh, I love my wife. So anyway, so Father Pandosi was located in East Kelowna on the other side of the lake, and so that's how everything ended. Isidore Boucherie just outdrank Father Pandosi, and so the West Bank won. What did they won? I don't know what they won, but they won the contest. Anyhow, modern, this is the bottle here, and you can see the Clos Saint-Un. Clos Saint-Un here, it's the most famous vineyard in Alsace. Some of the bottle from Clos Saint-Un's worth like $1,000, like $1,500 a bottle. So you have some pretty cool like little thing on the label here. This is this side, Father Pandosi here, and anyhow, that's from the story. But the thing is, the juice in there is super cool, sexy, texture, fruity, but well balanced. Like this is going to be my summer sipper. I love white wine outside of Chardonnay. That I will drink Chardonnay at any occasion. Like anytime, every time there's a Chardonnay opportunity, I'm there to taste it. But if I'm thinking about this summer, when we have guests coming over at the new house, that will be one of our go-to summer sipper. Absolutely fantastic. 90 points, Carl's Wine Club. Let me read you my tasting note because I think I nailed this one pretty good. It was one of my favorite to write down. Here I have it here, and I said, this is a mouthful, full of flavor, full of texture, full aromas, and fully delicious from start to finish. I mean, very, very delicious. Nose of peach and ripe pear. It takes me right to the orchard. The palate is rich and creamy, bringing tons of stone fruit and a wonderful acidity. Keep this wine shining bright. The thicker texture can take you to Alsace, the mountainous region of France bordering Germany, but without the petroleum nose. This is purely Okanagan. So that is my tasting note that I put together Sunday morning at 6:30.
It's a tough job, like Mike said. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, Carl.
Someone's got to do it. Mike, I got your back, Mike. I'm here for you. So yeah, no, I really love it. It's creative. It's new to anything that I've tasted from the Okanagan. So I really enjoy that. Boom, Elder Vicar. So second, the other one here, Pinot Gris. My favorite Pinot Gris from the Okanagan for a reason. This is skin contact Pinot Gris. Okay, and there's more than a lot of skin contact. The wine comes out almost pink. There's orange. There's an orange like tint in the color of that Pinot Gris. They take it to the next level. The texture also. This is bright. I love that Pinot Gris from the beginning. This is a $19-20 wine. Very well made. I gave it a 91 points back in November last year, and they wanted to do the new release package, but I requested that wine back in the pack because, like I mentioned, this is my favorite Pinot Gris. Too many Pinot Gris from the Okanagan are kind of the same boring style of Pinot Gris. This is the skin contact profile that I really like. Funny because I was with Debbie Etzel last night for live from Single Tree, and they make their Pinot Gris out of the Fraser Valley. And I was describing with Debbie, there's two extreme on the spectrum of Pinot Gris. There's the skin contact, rich texture, orchard, peach, and there's the acidic, like fermented, really dry. And that's what she made on the other side of the spectrum. Like almost like biting in a lemon. Like if you make a real lemonade, all of lemon, and you don't put enough sugar in there, that's almost the style that she made. This,
I want to say, it was still enjoyable. We've had wines where it was too acidic.
Yeah. No. Acidity,
we haven't featured those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is skin contact, rich, and very well balanced. And I like that also because of the food pairing versatility. Very versatile. That can be like seafood pizza. It can be Alfredo simple pasta with cream sauce. It can be shrimp pasta. It can be also with the fish stew. They can go with many different styles. So love that Pinot Gris. Very well priced as well. So this is the 3 whites on the pepper, 1 rosé, 2 whites. And moving on to the red side, we have in that pack available first the Merlot, the 2018 Merlot, 89 plus points that I rated it back in November. It's a blend of fruits from their vineyard in Okanagan Falls, and from the Similkameen Valley, and a little bit from the Black Sage Bench. So that gets you a little bit of the old world with licorice, with leather, pipe tobacco, a little bit of forest floor, wild raspberry. So this is a bit of old world. There's a great price, under $25. It can go great with everything on the grill as well. So this is again, versatility in that Merlot. This is not overpowering. It's not huge in body, but for people who like their wine a little bit more dirtier, a little bit more dirt in there. But this type of Merlot is really fun to drink. There's a nice grip in there, good, decent tannin. So very well-made Merlot from 3 different vineyards from the south of the Okanagan. The northern vineyard in that blend is from Okanagan Falls. From the rest, you go on the Black Sage Bench and the Similkameen. So nice, great price point. Absolutely love it. Following with the Blanc Frankish, we were talking about yet. We're talking about right now. This is from a single vineyard in the Similkameen Valley. So extremely dry. Extremely dry down there. So I like that dryness of the tannin that I'm experiencing right now. the spice at the back end, earthy mineral. Under $30, like $28 value. I like the way it is. Again, to me, it's the barbecue, like the barbecue wine for the medium body hot day. That will be my go-to. And couple more here to finalize that pack. Oh, there is a nice truck here just up here with Mira. Mira, did you just buy a new car?
Yeah, but it just needs to be plugged in. That's all. Just, it's electric.
Electric.
Yeah, we got to plug it in again. That's how these things go. Sorry. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, thanks. You didn't buy it with battery though, because it's a little bit more affordable. Here, Blaufränkisch. Let me talk about the Syrah. This is the Reserve Syrah. This is the flagship, but not the flagship, but this is one of the top wine on the pack. I have not tasted it yet. You can expect a review from this wine tomorrow, but this is the 2018. We featured the 2017 Syrah in our pack in November. This is the 2018. I rated 93 to 95 points from the 17 Syrah. My comments were 93 point at the moment, but there's a potential of 95 down the road. The 97 was a little young. So it's a cellar wine. This is made to be put down right here, like here in the cellar. That's where it belongs, okay? It belongs in the cellar for a few years. But 2018, a little colder, but very well balanced. All of the Syrah that I've tasted so far from 18 are bang on. Okay, fruit from the south. Boucherie are known to make Syrah, not the fruit bomb one, Syrah. They are a little bit now. For people who tasted the black market Syrah, a little bit more of the old world. Boucherie have a bit of this aspect as well. So a little bit of old world, but also a little bit more fruit forward than the black market, but not as fruit forward than Black Hills. So I will put Boucherie in between Black Hills and black market in terms of fruit body. This is spicy. This is a wine for what? 15, like good for at least 10 to 12 years. Easy. Loads of spice, a little meaty in the mid palate. So that's the classic Boucherie. I've tasted 4 of their Syrahs in the last 5 years. This wine is extremely consistent, always between 92 to 95 points. Every single critic that I refer to across the country, even if it's the one from the from back east, Rick Van Sickle, loved writing Boucherie year in and year out. I think Rick gave that 2018 a 93 or 94 points. The guys at Wine Align gave in between 92 to 95. On our side of the mountain here in Western Canada, I think John Schreiner gave it a 93. So consistently reviewed between 92 and 95. No exception for the 2018. I have not reviewed it yet, but I will very, very soon. So if you feel like putting something in the cellar for a few years and not be disappointed, Boucherie here, one of the very, very, very good one from the and for under $45 at $45 Syrah is one of a very good value. The fruits are mostly from the Similkameen and the Golden Miles. So the Similkameen will bring the earthiness, the earthiness and a little bit of the meaty aspect of that Syrah. The Golden Mile, what the Golden Mile does, bring fruits, fruit bomb. But there's like maybe the third of the fruit. So not as much. It brings a touch of fruit, but it's not as earthy if it was only from the Similkameen. So it gives 2 different aspects from the Syrah. Very, very well balanced. Love that wine. There you go. Feel like if I'm talking too much, I'm missing so many comments here. Lisa, how's it going? Hey, Lisa, by the way, I need to give you a quick call after the show, if you're available around 7:15 to talk about our tasting tomorrow night. I just had a call with Marcel at Pondview Bellaterra, and I'll give you a quick call right after 7:15. There you go. See, okay. Hi. So, Mira, what do you have for me? Do you have anything else?
Yeah, so I am just trying to figure out everybody who commented and get them into this draw, because we got the draw to do, right? For the glassware and potentially a Blaufränkisch, but not.
Hey, can you send a boy to bring me a can of sparkling water? I am so dehydrated right now.
You bet. One sec.
Thank you. There you go. So yeah. So now we're back in Calgary for a few, I would say, a week and a half, and the truck is reserved now. We're bringing all of our furniture in Kelowna. Not this upcoming weekend, the following one. We're going to be full time now that our schools are closed now for all of the students in Alberta, and they're all going into online learning. So we have decided that we are done. So yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you. See?
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Thanks, JB.
Fast service. Oops, got this. Thank you for the safe travels. That's awesome.
Yeah, so not this weekend, but next weekend, all of the furniture is coming to the new house. And yeah, we're pretty excited. So I think for the mayor feature at the end of May, the video will be recorded right at the winery in Okanagan Falls. A little bit what we've just done with Mount Boucherie. If you have seen our offer, if you go to the landing page, the video that we've done there, it's made in the barrel room. So no more, way less video from my office. We're bringing the whole stuff with us, but it's going to be so cool this summer. Just picture that a couple times a week. You're going to have a notification on your Facebook, say, boom, Carl's going live. I'm just going to be walking a vineyard somewhere. I don't know, maybe Okanagan Falls, maybe Summerland, maybe the Similkameen. Every week, something's going to pop up. It's maybe going to be me talking to a winemaker, maybe doing a barrel tasting, whatever. So that's what's coming with the club soon, because we're going to be leaving right in the wine country. Spent the last week there. It's the absolute paradise. Cynthia Maciowski. Cynthia say, Mayor family? I missed it, really? No, Cynthia, it's coming. Don't tell anyone, okay? It should be a secret. I should have said that. But it's coming on May 24th, okay? Don't tell anyone. Just keep it between you and me, okay? But yeah, May 24th is going to be our weekly feature, and it's all the new release, okay? Something that never came out before, and even, I'll tell you even something even better, Cynthia. Half of these wines are not even released to their wine club yet. So it's going to be a heck of a feature. I'm passionate about Chardonnay. I think there's 3 different Chardonnays in there. Chardonnays, Pinot. Yeah, we are thrilled for Mayor. How's Jack pronounce his name? Do you remember, Mira? He gave me grief when I talked to him.
I think it's Meyer Lemon. Is it Meyer Lemon? Like a Meyer Lemon? Or is it
Meyer? Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. He'll have to give you grief again, and then we'll remember. What was I going to say? Oh, have you talked at all about the bonus picks from Mount Boucherie?
I didn't. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. Again, Chardonnay. The original vine Chardonnay from Mount Boucherie. I give it a 93 points. Buckle up. This is the shit. Whoops. Sorry. This shouldn't say that.
Remember,
This
the people from the BC Liquor Board are tuning in to make sure we don't give out wine for free. We give out wine glasses potentially.
There you go. So, but I can't say this is the shit. No.
Well, you can, but you might come across the wrong way, Carl. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. This is freaking awesome. That shard, we had that at the house in Kelowna with a piece of halibut, eh? And it was
so good.
So good. It is not that super oaky. It's a full body Chardonnay, but so well balanced. It's something that I love more and more with the Okanagan Chardonnay. It's the Okanagan acidity. There's a lemon profile, but more a ripe lemon. Lemon profile with the tad of brown sugar, a lot of zingy acidity. So, and like a decent amount of oak. So you got pretty much everything. And what it's impressive for a 2019, it's how the oak is integrated. So well integrated. There's no sequence of oaky flavor, fruit flavor, burnt sugar flavor. No, everything is very well together for a very young wine. And I like a young Chardonnay when it bites me. And this one absolutely gripped me with the beautiful acidity. But because of the beautiful oak, there was such a beautiful envelope all over. And the little bit of burnt sugar brought me like another dimension. And there's that ginger finish or chamomile finish, just like makes it a very complex wine. $35, I think. It is really, really good.
I am always just so impressed, Carl, how you can remember these wines as if they're like a person. And actually, Carl talks about the wines like people sometimes.
I know you correct me when I do that.
You're like, his demeanor is a little different. I'm like, it's not a human, right? But kind of makes it up. Daryl's asking, when are we featuring Ontario again? So next week. Now, Daryl, it's a great question. We have an ongoing offer right now that's just about to end, I think, and go into a different pack with Pondview Winery. You've probably seen that around. They've got the rosés, the Discovery Pack, fantastic Cab Francs. So Daryl's question, what were you saying, Carl, is next week?
Next week when we're featuring Ontario. So we're going back-to-back week with Ontario, Daryl. This week, but we're having Mount Boucherie. Next week, we're switching. We're going Casaba next week, and the following week, well, you guys better be ready because we're going with the Two Sisters. So one sec, I'm coming back.
Good. Daryl, I want to make sure I got you in our draw. We're about to do the draw here. And yeah, Ontario has great wines. I assume, Lisa, you're talking about the Pondview ones that you got that we're doing the tasting for tomorrow, right? Yeah, that's awesome.
So these, okay, Two Sisters is coming up, not next week, but the following, with two different rosés from Two Sisters. Yeah, we're gonna have, like, it's been one of the members' favorite. I've been hearing so much about Two Sisters in the last year and a half. A little bit like, I heard a lot about Big Head, and when Vicky reached out and said, yes, the Margot, Stephen, it's part of it. But a little bit like Big Head, it was such a reputation. There was such a big buzz around Big Head. So yes, Big Head came on board. Same thing with Pearl Morissette, and there was a big hit. But Two Sisters is pretty much at the same level of reputation. Top wines from Ontario. So yes, they agreed to do something with us. We're doing, I think, there's not two options, right? It's only one option with Two Sister. But yeah, Two Sister. Next week, Casaba, a little bit more affordable price point at just under 150 for the 6-pack, with couple of options also for their cellar Cabernet Franc and cellar Syrah, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, it's like a bonus pick.
Yeah, kind of a bonus pick. And right after, we're going to go with the Two Sister. It's going to be our collector offer for May. And after Two Sisters, we're doing Meyer family from Okanagan Falls. So that's where we are going, Daryl.
There's some amazing stuff coming up. Should we do our draw for the 2 glasses and potential accompaniment of a Low Frankish, but not because we won't be doing wine giveaways anymore. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out again. So we're gonna go like so. I'm sharing my screen so you guys can see that we spin a wheel and it's random. Selection.
Mira is very, very pointy on how you do draw. There's not like, let's pretend that we pick someone. It doesn't happen around here.
And I have disqualified myself because I was in that list. So
that's not fair. We could have saved money here. Okay.
Sorry, this is taking a little longer than it usually does. Here we go.
So,
all right, you ready? So this is the spinner. Can you see it?
No, can you please put this spinner? No, it's not on, Mira. You need to put it on the screen. It's just underneath. It doesn't work.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, for people on Instagram, you got it. No, there you go.
Too slow for me. That's what it is. There we go. Okay.
Come on, spin. There you go.
Woohoo! I don't know if Andre Turgeon is on tonight, but we will be in touch to let them know they won big.
So Andre purchased a double pack this afternoon. So she got 12 bottles from Mount Boucherie this afternoon. So there you go.
I'll share with you. Yeah, see, that's how we roll. That's community right there. Thank you, Clay.
He said the suspense is killing me. Woo! So Andre, you've won our Gabriel glass. So Gabriel glass is my favorite wine glass. This is the one for all. It's been designed by sommelier with Austrian crystal, one of the best. Also, okay, let's finish it off with the Magnum option from the
Magnum.
From Mount Boucherie. We have 2 options as a bonus pick. There's the 2017 Summit Magnum. These are collector bottles. These are awesome to put away. Look at that. And the Contessa. I took with me in November a former client, a former person that I built his wine cellar. The guy is a freak of Napa Valley wine. And he always said, I don't like Canadian wine. They're not big enough, blah, blah, blah. In November, I was in Kelowna and I took Steve to Mount Boucherie and we did a tasting. And when he tasted Contessa, his answer was, oh my God, is it Napa Valley wine? So there's that big, round, juicy, full body, tannic, like it's California style. So at Contessa, there's 20% of Zinfandel in there. Cab Franc, Merlot, Zinfandel, an unusual blend. But yeah, there's a very, very, very small amount of Contessa produced every year. And we have a couple magnums of the 2018 available as a bonus pick. So another pretty unique thing, if you guys are interested in putting anything in your cellar or having a big trophy, double bottles, that's something possible with the bonus pick. Either the Summit, who's the flagship, that's the Summit right here. Yes, size does matter. and 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 the Contessa. Also the Chardonnay. If you want to throw a couple bottles of the Chardonnay original vines, we put it as a bonus pick at as well. 93 points. Carl Wine Club Saturday morning tasting, a Sunday morning tasting profile. Yeah, there you go.
Before the coffee.
Yeah, it was
How dedicated you are, Carl Boucher. So yeah, cheers, you guys. Thanks for stopping by.
To
That
you
was super
guys, the
fun.
Blau Frankish. By the way, I need to rate it. It's a 90 points. Carl's Wine Club.
Woo.
Definitely different, earthy, drier, nice fruit, dark cherry, cocoa. I got a little bit more cocoa as much. They do that bitter chocolate comes up as well. So my good choice for barbecue and smoky meat, or also something a little fatty to bring a nice balance between dry wine and fatty meat. So there you go, everyone. Mira Boucher, you've been a rock star all show tonight. Thank you.
You too, Carl Boucher, and thank you to everybody. Thanks for stopping by. This is like the highlight of my week now. It's so much fun just turning everything, all that noise out there off for an hour or an hour and 15 or whatever it is, and relaxing and just talking about wine, which how can you go wrong with talking about wine? It's great.
And have fun. I can make it a really boring talking about wine if you want to. We can start to talk about the soil, the sun inclination, the acidity, the pH. We can do that for an hour if you want, but it's going to be you and me and not a whole lot of people around. So,
well, it's kind of funny because you end up talking about that stuff, but in a way that doesn't bore me half to death. So that's
a good point. That's a good point. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of our amazing wine club members across the country, Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, our big crew in Ontario, our friends in Québec, tous nos membres au Québec, un beau merci. On apprécie votre support. Thank you all. Enjoy your rest of your evening, and let's be in touch very soon.
Cheers. Woo!